I'm saying so.
Yes.
So welcome to the conversation, everybody. This is Tyquan. I got a special guest here, BabyGirl. You know,
what up?
Out of Houston, Texas.
Houston.
All right, H-Town.
Yeah.
She's the one of the main person behind BGirl City. You know, and so I want to open up this airwave on the internet, you know, on the MZK platform, and you know, everybody need to tell their story. You know what I'm saying? So here's a chance for me to give her this platform for her to let y'all know about her upbringing, who's her mentor, her backstory, and how BGirl City gets started and all that. So yeah, man, let's get it popping. Let's have this conversation. You know, BGirl City is this weekend, and so we'll get into that in a little bit. So introduce yourself to everybody.
So I'm born and raised here in Houston, Texas. I grew up in the wards, in the inner city, in the hood. I grew up in Houston. You know, I grew up in the hood. I grew up with my parents. They're still together.
Yeah.
There's six.
Salute.
Yes. There are 6 of us, and 3 boys, 3 girls. You know, we were just living life, and my parents they had a bunch of kids, and they had to work, and you know, I kind of grew up having to take care of my brothers and sisters. You know, the older sister, and you know that role, because you know they had to work, they had to maintain. You know, while we had to. Well, they wanted us to go to school, but you know, it wasn't all that enforced, unfortunately. Again, like they had to work and do their part, so we had to do the best we could with what we had. You know what I'm saying? But we did have both parents at home, so you know, thank God for that. And so, growing up in the hood, just like any others, you always hear like those stories, those backstories about like choices. Where I didn't feel like I had choices necessarily. You know, we didn't have positive role models, or, you know, all my cousins are crazy as hell. Hood too. The girls in my family were, I mean, just G's, gangsters, like, you know, and so it's unfortunate, you know, like I didn't have those, you know, great positive things to go by or be a part of, unfortunately, but dance was definitely always there since I was a little kid. You know, my parents, it's funny, they were into disco dancing, and word is they were like winning champion things, you know, with Pregnant With Me and, you know, stuff like that. So I feel like I was born to, you know, be a dancer. Music was always playing in the house when mom was cooking tortillas and food for us. We were always hearing Tejano music, where my dad was more of into Motown, and my uncles would play Motown, and you know, at the parties, and so I grew up with that influence, definitely, you know, Tejano and hip hop and you know, cousins and stuff like that. And so yeah, man, it's just a big part of my life, being into music and dancing. And I was always a little ham, that one that was always gonna, you know, I wanted to hear my aunts and be like, Erika, man, she could dance. And, you know, that was I was that ham, always trying to, you know, get love from them and stuff like that. It was just to see their smile, you know, see their smile on the face, having a good time, and, you know, me being silly like that and stuff. So that's kind of like, as far as family-wise, you know, where that came from. So, you know, again, back to like just the hood in general, like not having the choices you had to, like, you couldn't be in my school and get looked at for 2 seconds unless you were going to get called out, like, why are you looking at me like that, you know, type of shit. You were going to get called the fuck out. So I didn't have no choice. I had to be tough. I had to be someone that, you know, wasn't going to show that you're scared, even though you're scared. You couldn't show none of those type of emotions growing up, you know. So that's what it was, you know. And so through the years, like as early as being like, I think 8 years old, I remember my brother and all the hood dudes were like on the side of my house with their cardboard, and they were breaking. So as young as 8 years old, I saw it first, you know.
That's dope.
Probably around the year B Street came out too, somewhere around that time. B Street came out.
Shit. Beat street.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember my brother had a cast on his fucking hand because he was doing he was doing hand spins and he broke his wrist. I remember that. You know, so yeah, I was pretty influenced pretty early on seeing Breakin and you know, being around or whatnot and stuff.
So somebody who came late, 2006, Lou Sick asked, who is she? This is BabyGirl. She's one of our MZK queen, and she recently got down 2 years ago, a year ago. Right?
It's been a year. Yeah.
And she's the main person behind BGirl City, which is, for me, I feel if you're a B-girl, you gotta go to this event. Like straight up, if you're a B-girl from around the world, this is the event you need to go to. You know what I'm saying? So, and she gonna talk more about BGirl City in a little bit. Right now, she's just introducing herself. You know, so but everybody, this is BabyGirl, Mighty Zulu Queen, and out of Houston, Texas. I'm sorry, I had to stop you there, but continue on.
Yes. Yeah, so it's a pleasure to meet all you. I thank y'all so much for tuning in. Just like Ty said, you know, I do BGirl City. I've been doing promotion, like me and my husband, like we started kind of like back. This is just a fast forward, you know, from that. We started like doing events back in 2006, little events for the community here, you know. That year we started our clothing line, Texas Black Sheep, TBS clothing. You know, we always rock. Thank you. We always rock, like, you know, we were always into like the tribal gear, you know, the stilo of Breakin, you know, B-girl style and B-boy style and whatnot. The camo. We was always at the Army surplus buying camo and shit back in the day. But yeah, I just wanted to like go back just a little bit real quick, like just to know people to know, like dance, you know, that's what helped me get my shit together. We had kids very early. It was like 15, 16, somewhere around there. He's 23 now. So we had to like put our big pants on and be grown and start making a little bit better choices and, you know, step a little bit away from the hood. Although we still lived in the hood, but, you know, I thought twice about being the shit out of that person.
Right. I feel you.
Getting into trouble, you know, so... Yeah, that dance is what saved me. You know, when people say like hip hop saved your life, like it did. It taught me discipline. It taught me how to be a better me. You know, I knew the moment I moved. I remember I went to a jam at Moody Park down here in Houston, Texas, and I remember like I had already been dancing for a while, and I remember like walking out, and I had my homies that came with me that were in the clique that I was down with, and I remember like, you know, some B-boys were rocking a certain color that, you know, we didn't rock. And I remember homie like at them and, you know, throwing gang signs at them. And I remember yelling at him like, bro, don't fucking do that shit. Like, that's not what this is about, you know? So that was the pivotal moment for me when I knew how dope hip hop was and how, you know, I started changing my mentality, you know? So
yeah, no doubt. Yo, shouts to Germs. What up, Germs? Funky Germs. That's what I'll call them.
Yes.
Not funky. Yeah, I can relate because I mean we all came from that street. You know what I'm saying? And every day we're trying to be a better version of yourself. And I'm sure the version that you are today is not the same version as 10, 15, or even 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Even last year. You know, every day is a learning process. And that's what a lot of B-boys and B-girls got to understand is you got to have that growth, you know what I mean? Because, we can say dance, you know, save us, but at the end of the day, is you got to make that decision yourself. Like, you're the person who made that decision, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And so I got to give it up to you, you know?
Thank you.
But yeah, continue on with your journey. Go ahead.
Yeah. And so, thank you. You know, I remember going to school and I got like mad in trouble for this really bad fight that happened. And so I got some counselor like referred me to this place. They wanted me to go check out or whatever. And it was called Youth Advocates. And I remember walking in, I was I was young. It was like 14, I think, maybe 15. I don't know, somewhere around that. It was before I had my kid though, and I remember like that was the first time I saw a homie in 3D crew, Enrique, and I remember I think Moy was there if I'm not mistaken, and so these were just new faces in the scene. Of course, I was in the Southeast. I'm from North Side area, but at some point, my mom was from that area too, so I started hanging out that area, and I started meeting dancers from that area. That's the dope part. I ain't gonna lie about the inner city or being from the hood. Like, this is where we found it. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I know nowadays it's kind of hard, like for people that don't know. That's why I'm not too like. I see some people like talk about the commercialization of it, but really, if they didn't make B Street, how the fuck would some people have, seen it, or been introduced to it,
Right.
So, that aspect, I have love for that because there's a lot of kids that would have never seen this, even the commercials that you see now, little, cheesy Target commercials, but it's dope because you got a dope B-boy in the commercial or something, so that's dope.
Right.
So anyway, I met C's, we got pregnant, we had a baby.
Shout to C's.
Wall Killers, shout out, MZK Wall Killers, yes.
Word up.
And, so, yeah, I mean, me and him, like, we practice all the time, wake up, come on living room practice. Man, he was... Like at that time, that was like Asia One and Easy Rock, and so I was like, man, we're the Asia One and Easy Rock in Houston, type of shit, so that was really dope. I remember they came like somewhere around 97 when they did their tour. I think it was 97, 96, 97, somewhere around there.
So this is all happening in Texas at the time.
Yeah, this was in Texas.
Yo,
yeah.
this is Texas history right here, man. And I'm learning about this too. So and honestly, this is why I love this, right? This conversation, because I'm learning as well. I'm a student, like I'm soaking it all in. So my bad for pausing. I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
You're good.
Oh, continue on.
I love it. No, I know. I think a lot more people need to document some of that history in their own cities. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really vital, very important. Somebody told me like I should document specific things here. But hell, shit. I mean, I was influenced by a lot of people though. Like again, I hung out with a lot of Southside cats. So Havoc was probably the first crew, in that area where I seen. But also in my area, there was like crews like G Tribe. And it was really dope because like their influence was that hip hop style, that hip hop like house tops, like so I saw different styles back then. So of course the style is totally different. Back then the baggy clothes and again like the camo, the hats, and stuff like that. But 3D was my first crew I ever got in. Those kids, they were young. They were young kids. I was like 14, and I got down with them. They believed in me, asked me to get down. And, I would just, back then, of course, we didn't have, like, judges. We was just ciphering and church events, wherever, 15s, quinceañeras, like all those places, stuff like that, But, a lot of these dancers, too, again, they were all, like, hood-ass dudes. So you were still getting into shit back then, too, But... thank God I made it out all right.
Yeah, no doubt.
The unfortunate part, like, this is where I kind of want to, like, take note, like, there wasn't women, like, in the breaking scene here in Houston, I would see maybe a girl or two try it, nobody was really getting down. There was one girl that, man, when I see her, that's the thing, though. This is the thing. This is where I knew, like, all that shit that went on and fighting with girls and getting into fist fights and on the hood or whatever, like, I know I never wanted to do that. I know I wanted some sort of sisterhood. My sister wasn't around. She wasn't there. She was back and forth in and out, of our life. My mom was always working. My cousins were nuts. I couldn't hang out with them all the time. Like, it was always getting into... So I was always looking for that sisterhood, for sure. Always. And so this girl, Naomi, she was down with Rebel Crew. And when I seen her, like, she had some gymnastics kind of skills, too. So she had, like, little flips and stuff like that. But when I first saw her, I was just, like, mesmerized because I'm like, yes, another girl, and she's dope, and so shout out to Naomi. She stopped breaking though a long time ago, especially a little bit after I got into it. She stopped breaking due to some injuries or something like that. So yeah, and I met throughout the years, met the Germs, and like those are my brothers now, and all the crews now that are around, United B-Boys, and those are my brothers too. Me and Nightcrawler go way back. I was actually United before Nightcrawler got into.
Okay.
After 3D, we separated because that's when I had a kid, and me and C's were trying to do a grown-up thing or whatnot, and so yeah, I was in United B-Boys too before Nightcrawler got down.
So your first crew is what?
3D B-Boys.
3D, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in there not too long, but I was in there for a little while, but not too long, because shortly after I remember getting down with United B-Boys.
Okay.
I remember getting into it with Nightcrawler because I was gonna make my iron-on shirt. It was gonna say United B-Girls, and he was like, "We can't put B-Girls on there. You can't put B-Girls on there." And I was like, "What do you mean I can't put B-Girls? What do you mean?"
Right.
So me and my husband at that time were like, "Fuck that. We don't need no crew. We're our own crew. So we'll just be by ourselves, whatever." So for a long time, I was just by myself, and me and him getting down or whatnot. So. Yeah, I started when I was 14, so 94, 95, somewhere around there, And here we are.
That's dope. Wow, 94, 95. Okay.
Yeah,
wow,
crazy.
That's a lot of history right there, man. Yeah. Straight up.
And that's one thing. So you don't know. I didn't know where I was going with it, what's going to happen or become where you're at stages in your life. All you know is that I was just trying to do right and trying to do better,
Mm-hmm.
And anything that I ever did, I took to stride because my dad always said, you learn what you can, any trade that you can, wherever you work, it's something that's going to build into something later. So I always took those little things with me. So yeah, I've had jobs at McDonald's, jobs at Sonic, jobs at Journeys, all these things. But it was all things that prepped me to, where I'm at today with the clothing line, being a promoter and trying to, build a sisterhood, and so this is where BGirl City comes into play. The first BGirl City happened in 2005 in Austin, Texas. My homegirl, I met through Breakin, D-Nice. I met these 3 B-girls. Cocky ass B-girls, Austin, Texas, and there was those girls that you walked in and they was me mugging the shit out of you, and you was like,
"Let me guess, they're from the hood too, right?"
Yeah. And
welcome to the jungle.
The mentality changed for me at that time. I didn't give a shit if they were me mugging me.
Right.
It's "Hey, how you doing? I'm baby girl. What's up?"
Yeah.
It's different for me. So I was always open to smile and shake a hand and say what's up, So I didn't have no problem doing that. But we became really good friends. So fast forward, D-Nice developed BGirl City in 2005, Austin, Texas. She hosted her first one. They did have B-boy battles in it, so it wasn't just influence for B-girls necessarily, but they had a 2-on-2 B-girl battle at the time, and if I'm not mistaken, Lady Champ was one of the first judges for that one. That's when I met
Chicago,
Lady Champ.
right?
Yes, Chicago champions. Shout out to her. She'll be here BGirl City weekend. It's me and her sisters now. Who else was the other judge? I think it was Lee Rockwell was a judge as well. She may have been following her actually, and then Candy, YC Candy, MZK Queen, Heartbreakers Candy.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know the history of Candy, but she's one of the heavy hitters that she's the foundational aspect in the early, 2000s. She put a lot of work, and
she's nasty as fuck too.
Hell yeah.
She's cool too. She's cool as hell. We hit it off pretty quick, That's a cool story, Lady Champ. Yeah, I bet you think that's a cool story, C's. He had a crush on her because she's on. Yeah. He always said he was gonna marry a B girl, so he got what he asked for. So that's a whole other story. So yeah, BGirl City happened. Then it happened 06, the second year, and then in 07 she took it to NYC, and she actually hooked up Honey Rockwell and Rockefeller, and they had it there at the Bronx Museum.
Okay.
And then it stopped. It stopped. Life changes, you know, for her, whatnot, and she moved on, you know, from the scene. She's still my best friend to this day. I was at her house this weekend. And so like 06, we started doing promotion for events and whatnot. And we hosted our own event called Busty Hands. We always did something that emerged, you know, C's being a graffiti and writer and then me being a B-girl. And so it's kind of where our history with promoting and, you know, being event coordinators or whatnot. So like we did that event in 07. We did another event called Breakin Peace that we did in 08, 09. And then, you know, you kind of sit back in the cut, right? And you kind of start seeing like what's going on. At this moment, you know, our boys are getting older. We have 2 boys, and our boys are getting older. Number one in our household for me and him is education for our boys. So not that we made a pad or anything, but our thing was that we got to make sure as parents that we take care of our kids. And, you know, our kids were everything to us. So we did not travel. We went to like little places like San Antonio, you know, Dallas, just more local in Houston. So we didn't travel out of town, like, you know, to Florida or LA. So we weren't a part of a lot of events that were going down, you know, like, you know, when Havoc Coral, you know, made those pivotal moments being at freestyle session and all, you know, all that, like, we weren't a part of that, you know, we were home. So I was always based here in my community, and YA, I've been going to that place, like, again, since I was young. So I was practicing every day. They had their YA nights every Thursday. So yeah, man. And then at some point I started just noticing like there wasn't nothing in the US, you know. I started seeing all these overseas things going on for the women and you know, like their come up and stuff like that. And I didn't really see, you know, that going on in the US too much, you know. And I knew I was going to do something for women. I just didn't know how or what or, you know, whatever. And so, it was like a year. I was thinking of names. Like that was just my first thing. Like, what was going to be the vision to that? You know, so thinking of names and whatnot, and nothing just clicked. You know, and I'm really like organic. Like it's gotta fit. It's gotta happen somehow. You know, if it don't happen organically, I'm really not into it. I don't force shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I don't know. We were at B-Boy City, and I was just like, B-Boy City is like one of the biggest running, longest, you know, events in Texas here.
Shouts to Romeo and Roger.
Yes, my brothers. Damn, I love those dudes.
Word up.
So I was like, BGirl City, like it's developed already. It happened. It was, I don't know. I just was like, let me see. Let me talk to them, see what's up, what they think. So I hit her up and was like, hey, you know, I'm thinking about doing a women empowered event, you know, and I'm like, just going toss up names and nothing's really fitting. And I was just like, what do you think about me being in BGirl City back, you know, and you know, I have a vision for, you know, and I just one day hope it can turn into the freestyle session of BGirl City, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the level I want to see it at, you know? And she was like, hell yeah, girl, if I'm going to give it to anybody, I'm going to give it to you. Like, you've been rocking and doing this shit for so long. Like, you're fucking amazing at what you do. She's just, shout out D Nice, man. That's my sister right there. So she gave me her blessing, and she passed that torch on to me. And I talked to Rome, too, and let him know what I was doing. And same thing. He's like, baby girl, yo, you got to do that event. You got to bring it back. You got to bring it back, baby girl. You know, and I did it. Brought it back. It was 2015 was our first one that we brought it back, and I called it like just Road to BGirl City, because this road's going to be a hopefully not, you know, too long one, and we can get it to a big level for the women. And you know, it's just not always just about the competition necessarily. You know, it's a lot. You know, I wanted girls to find some sort of sisterhood. Like, we ain't got to be catty all the time. You know what I'm saying? You leave that shit on the floor. You know, we're taught a specific way in the culture. We're not taught to be nice to each other. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody tell me, oh, be nice to that B-girl in the room. They told me, you better fucking battle that shit, you know, type of shit. You know? I would never, like, you know, running into women, being here based in my community, you know, I wasn't able to, you know, meet a lot of women or whatnot. But when I did, you know, again, I knew I wanted to form something. I tried to form a B-girl crew before. It didn't work out. Or like drama, things like that. Like, we don't need that, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like we need it. Why? Like, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with some good old beef and you leave it on the floor, you know what I'm saying? All that talking and whatever, like, I don't have time for that. Like, we're women, like, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? But it comes to a point, like, where do you want to go, you know, with your dancing? Where do you want to go with who you want to be, you know, in general? And I think a lot of it starts with, be cool, like, be cool and join forces and make some shit happen. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I hope for BGirl City to be, you know, just something that, you just want to come to every year. You form sisterhoods. We back each other up. We form other events. Go support them. Be around it. You know, whatever you can do to form, you know, a sisterhood and have these. Look, there's kids that look. You may not want it at the end of the day, but there's these kids that they look up to you. You know, whether you're a B-boy or B-girl or whatever you are. You know, like, they watch you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I act a fool sometimes. I like to drink and have a good time, whatever, things like that. I'm subconscious. I know the kids are there, and, you know, and if I can be some sort of role model to those, you know, I want to be able to be that for people. You know, I don't know if it's the mom in me or just the struggles that I've been through as a kid or whatever, all those things, you know, but that's what I want. I want, you know, to be able to have the young girls have a platform, especially here in the U.S., you know, and have those opportunities, you know, and that's what it is. You know, I wanted to build opportunities for people and form sisterhoods and support each other, and, you know, yeah.
Hey, that's why you MZK. You know what I'm saying? It's straight like that. But yeah, man. I mean, so D Nice was one of your mentors then, right?
She was one of my good friends. As far as mentors, a lot of my mentors, actually, you know, it's crazy. Like, and this is why I have so much respect for the B-boys, because a lot of my mentors were B-boys. You know, there's an old school cat, BBC B-boy Craig. He was an '80s B-boy from our, you know, Houston scene. He laid a lot of bricks down, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I was able to step on them and follow, you know, some of his paths. He threw events out here. He did like more like the hip hop nights at a lot of the bars, the clubs out here and stuff like that. So I used to go to all of them, support them all. So I support not only just the community centers or, you know, there was a nightlife. There's a nightlife of hip hop, obviously. You know, you have DJs that take over clubs and do the club thing, but it's a hip hop night, but like a real raw hip hop night, you know. So he was one of my mentors. He actually, you know, he had a clothing line as well. And I remember, like, we kind of set up next to him one time, or we were there, and he's like, hey, watch my booth, whatever. So I was like, yeah, pleasure. I'll definitely watch your booth. And then from there, he's like, man, you know, y'all could do this, right? You know, you could do shirts and whatever. And like, yeah, like, see, he's a good artist. So we just kind of started creating things. You know, we couldn't afford, like, travel gear. I love travel gear. Couldn't afford it. You know, I had 2 shirts here and there, or somebody let one go and then hooked it up. You know, I got me an extra one, things like that. But I couldn't afford that stuff. Can you imagine, like, going to a jam, to, like, buy stuff like that? And, like, you know, so we just wanted to be able to, like, create the clothing line to not only just, you know, it wasn't about the income necessarily. It was about being able to have a young kid get into a jam and still be able to rock something that was just fresh, that just screamed hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we wanted to do that. So that was another thing that actually helped us support and sponsor people, you know, now that we've been 12 years in the game with TBS clothing, you know. So that's something me and C's been doing for a long time. And it's so funny, people always ask, like, how come you have a website, you know? And I'm like, well, honestly, like, the dope part about it is I get to go set up. It's exclusive. I get to tell you, you know, stories about how we started it, and you know, you meet the people who made it, like who, like he's in the shop right now, getting ready to print city shit for this weekend, you know, like box back there, you know, and he's in there, you know, and he's just a lot of blood, tears goes into that.
Put in work, you know what I'm saying? You gotta grind.
I'm gonna have to show you that sweatbox later, but yeah, you know, so that's where the clothing line came from, and
so where can people go to grab your? Can they hit you up on Instagram through BGirl City or?
Okay. We have like all these social media outlets now. Use social media, people. It's free. IG store. This is free. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to come up, you're doing a clothing line, use these things that are free. There's so many things. Screens right now.
So is there a TBS clothing IG?
Yeah. So if you go to it's literally TBS clothing.
So at TB, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Clothing.
When you look on the page right now, the flyer for BGirl City is on the photo. So
yeah. So everybody, you know, go and support TBS clothing. You know, straight up. Support your locals, man. That's how we strive as a community. You know what I'm saying? So continue on.
I don't know. Anybody have any questions?
So wait, 2013. That's when you first brought it, BGirl City back, right?
2015.
2015. And so this is like the third year that the fourth year that you're in charge of organizing. I'm sure you have a team, but you're not the main one that's, you know, trying to get everybody, you know, involved and what have you.
I'm one of those people that's like really paranoid about like how, you know, I'm really picky when it comes to how you know, want things done and whatever. So, I ultimately make all the decisions on everything. Specifically, I have been lucky to have a couple of friends that they're in the dance scene that stepped up and helped. So shout out to Lucia, Resale Folds. She helped me the second year that I started doing it. And she helped with the last as well. Now I have a new team. My girl Gigi, shout out to Gigi, Amaris, Cindy. These are our girls in our community that are, you know, making moves and doing things as well. And you know, I'm looking right now like to really start a board of other women that want to get down and help. So after BGirl City, we're going to be doing a lot of organizing, and you know, we have been organizing, but a little bit as you learn, you know, and you go through these things and the level that it starts to be at, especially with BGirl City, you know, it's moved really fast to where it's at and the level that it's at. So there's a lot of other important things that are going on there that you got to be ready for. So I got to delegate specific things, and so we're trying to make the team bigger and literally delegate specifics to each person that's helping. Those are things you learn as well. So, and I gotta learn to, you know, you gotta learn to trust people. And
so I'm gonna show the viewer flyer. So that's BGirl City, right?
Shout out to
so you have the crew on crew.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then, so what is this? This is the workshops. Okay,
yeah,
Friday.
So it's 3 days. It's 3 days, the 28th, 29th, and the 30th. Day one, we have the amazing, badass Wanda coming out. So, like, she's going to be hosting a workshop here for free. So, guys, girls, come take it. It ain't just for the B-girls. It's for the B-boys, too.
Correct.
Like, this girl is a powerful force. You will definitely take advantage of Miss Wanda being here in Houston, you know what I'm saying? So take advantage of that workshop, y'all. Also, shout out to Ill Tribe and Midtown Park. They're sponsoring that day. We have, you know, this is a crazy thing. People are making connections by just calling somebody, you know. So we have Candy, Florida Candy, Floor Angels, also Floor Lords. She has been a mentor to me, a big, huge mentor to me, helping with, you know, just advice, direction, things like that. And so she got, you know, asked, or I asked what I thought maybe the third judge would be, and it's Bongo Rock. So Bongo Rock She's coming. Lady from the 2000 era. She's amazing.
Right.
And then
so you got the Bonnie and Clyde.
Yep, Bonnie and Clyde.
So you got Wanda, Ness, and Lady Champ judging that.
Yeah, this year we're honoring people, women, especially women in the culture. I hadn't really seen, like, that was the one thing that I hadn't really seen so much.
Exactly.
Honor these women, yo. Like, these women fucking make noise. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like Lady Champ, right there, yo. Do your research, man. Do your history, y'all. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you know about the Ness. You know about the, you know what I'm saying? You know about the Ken Swift. There's BGirl, like Rockefeller, Honey Rockwell, you know, Asia, like, yo, Lady Champ, they put in work, you know what I'm saying? This during the 90s, right?
And, like, yeah, man, there's, like, so many women I remember from the era, you know, that were, like, so dope in the 2000 era, like that. There were some hard hitters, you know what I'm saying? It's so important to honor these women, yo. Honor these women, y'all. Support them, you know.
So this is your Master of Ceremonies?
Yeah, Master of Ceremonies, Katrina. That's my girl. Shout out to Katrina. She's also another mentor that I look for guidance in. Yeah, she's just an amazing light. You know, me and her, you know, I tell her what my plan is, and she just, you know, backdoors it and maybe gives suggestions. And she's been my Master of Ceremonies since the 2015 start, you know, so she's been with me since. Also, shout out to Maka, man. She's been there every year since I started. She went from, you know, being a competitor, winning the first one, to the following year being you know, a judge, hosting a workshop, and this year she's coming as our host. I think these two are a force. You have one that gives you a specific this really spiritual light, where you have this BGirl, it's a hardcore competitor that is now sponsored by, you know, an energy drink. And,
Monster Energy.
Yeah, Monster Energy. And to have that balance, you know, I think that's really dope. And it's crazy. I can't believe, like, Moni Love's coming out here for BGirl City. Moni Love, man, the queen, you know, like, she's coming out here. If y'all don't know who Moni Love, y'all better get on YouTube right now and check out Moni Love.
Do your homework.
Yes, please. Man, I remember dancing to her music back in the day. Like, I mean, to this day, too. That's the illest song she has, you know, especially with Queen Latifah, Ladies First.
So shouts to Maka. Big shouts to Maka. She's sponsored by Monster Energy now, you know. El Katrina, you know. El La Katrina. And Moni Love, they're going to be the Master of Ceremonies at BGirl City. That's this weekend, starting Friday, right? And
starting Friday, yep.
All the way to Sunday.
Friday night, so that story from Bongo Raji, because she's coming, Chaotic Blaze is coming. And Chaotic Blaze is Rocksteady DJ, amazing, dope. She also BGirl too. And she invited her homegirl from their crew, Body Rock, and that's my verse. She's going to be performing my verse on Friday night after Wanda's workshop. So it'll be Wanda's workshop, my verse, getting down, performing for us, and then we're hosting a 2-on-2 battle. And that's for everyone, because although this is dedicated to the women, you know, the B-girls or whatnot, like, I don't really host too many, like, the categories for the men, but I do on Friday, you know, because I host a lot of things throughout the year. And, but Friday night, all the guys are girls, whoever wants to get off, you know, the 2-on-2 battle, they can do that on Friday night. Saturday, we got the legend right there, Aiko, coming. She's going to be,
another, like, do your homework. That's going to be your theme. Do your homework.
Yes. I can't believe she's coming, bro. Like, I remember watching her and be like, oh my God, on VHSs. I remember
nasty.
Here on there. Yes. I'm like honored she's going to be here. I'm honored all these women are going to be here. Freddie Ninja, he's from Chicago, or he lives in Chicago. He is going to be also a judge for the All-Star Battle, and then Beto Swift's from Chicago as well. So Swift crew, out to them. Freddie's in Garistas and House of Ninjas.
That's your DJ?
Yes, DJ lineup. Oh my God, Sapphire. The first year I had BGirl City, she was like, hey, I heard you're doing this.
Right?
What's that?
Flow Loads.
Yes, Flow Lord. History right there. She's
Yep.
dope. BGirl 90s era as well, you know what I'm saying? Like, but she came out the year 2015 and she was like, hey, you know, I heard you're having a jam. I would really like to go out there, you know? And I'm like, she bought her ticket and just came and she just DJ'd. Like, she just wanted to be a part of it. And so here we are, you know, she's coming back, you know, 3 years later. Since then, she's done UDEF and you know, DJ'd there. She was the first female DJ to do the UDEF Silverback last year. So it's just an honor to have her back. That's Candy's husband, DJ Razor Cut from Flow Lords as well, from Boston, coming out. I'm like so honored to finally meet him and out here. Yeah, that's an honor to have him. And then my brother Flo here, Flowski, he's from here, Houston, Texas. He does Culturas Unidas. And he's actually been there for me from the get-go. Any jam I do, anything I do, he's always there. Like anything that I've ever done, he's always there to help. And he's an amazing person in our community. He backs up a lot of people. And so I'm so happy that he's a part of it. You know, I can never not have BGirl City not have a part of it. So I'm glad that.
Yo, you haven't done... Y'all, stop sleeping on BGirl City, man. Straight up. Yeah. All the B-boys come through, you know?
Yes.
So here's your BGirl judges.
Yes.
Look at this lineup, y'all. Yo.
Fire emojis. Asia. Man. Asia. That girl there, man. She's an amazing soul. I know you people out there that met her know that. She's just a dope female, a mom, you know, she's just amazing. You know, she's just been one of my biggest inspirations. I had this thing where like Honey, Asia, and Rockefeller, those three were the three girls that, man, hands down, like did it for me. When I seen those three specific girls, I was just like in awe of them. So they're like my friends now.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Rockwell.
Yes.
Shout out to Honey Rockwell.
She's amazing.
And then Bongo Rock from Supreme Beings.
Yes, Bongo Rock. She's going to be coming. Candy was telling me some stories about her battling back in the day and how, like, you know, they become mothers now and, you know, it's different times. And I'm just like, I'm in awe that she's going to be here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah. People's got to do their homework, man. Because you know, people just see B-girls and they just not really dive deep into the history of the B-girls, right? But there is a lot of history. I would say her history, you know, her story, you know, like straight up, there's a lot of knowledge there that I feel like a lot of B-boys should learn. Not just B-girls, but like Asia and Honey Rockwell, you know, Rockefeller, like they put in work for the B-girls when they're still
getting down, right?
They have like, you know, Honey has her studio out there in Georgia, in Atlanta. You know, she's living in Atlanta now. Like they have a gym living in Atlanta. You know, like
right.
If I lived in Atlanta, that'd be so dope.
Right. Yeah. And for me, when I was coming up, it was Asia, Honey Rockwell, and Rockefeller that I heard the most about. You know what I'm saying? And seeing them, you know, what have you. And then the next lineup was the J Skills, the Candy, you know, the Candy from NYC and the Candy from Miami and the Beta. You know what I'm saying? Like there's history there that, you know, that a lot of cats need to learn, you know? So
remember the Honey Rockwell documentary she made? You know, that was like the first time you ever really got, it was on VHS. It was the first time you got a real look of all the B-girls from around the world because she was able to travel and she documented all that, you know. And so that was so vital to see that you know, that video, that VHS. So if you haven't seen the Honey Rockwell documentary, then you need to definitely look it up because, man, that's when the first time I saw Beta too. Like when I saw Beta and she was in the background doing windmills and she did like a little mini interview on her, I was like, shit, did you see that little girl? Like, snappy, you know? So
you
yes,
got the commentators.
Yes, they just developed this new thing called the floor beans, and so they're doing this live stream and commentary at events now, and I think it's so dope because you get to hear,
Yes.
the aspect of B-girls in the background, kind of like, giving you the lowdown and their opinions and their, be able to speak, for the events and things like that. So, and Candy's been one of my biggest influencers and mentors. Like,
Word.
she's amazing. And Queen Envy, she's sick as hell. I'm saying,
she's nasty. A lot of people sleeping on her.
Yeah,
she's nasty.
Supreme Beings crew.
Shout out Supreme Beings.
Yeah,
man. So you got so let's review this. You got the commentators. That's the B-girl judges for the B-girl battle, and you got the DJs.
DJs, yes.
And you got all style. Is it 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 or?
1-on-1 all style, and it is only for females to enter. Sorry, guys, you just come vibe out. You know what I'm saying? Show some support and some love to girls.
Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I'm a lover of all dance styles, man. I love house. I love popping. I love locking. I love crump. Like, these are all
exactly.
The music is first, but the love in general to watch. So I just wanted to, respect the girls that do dance different styles. I see the work that they put in. I see them like, we have an amazing house scene here, and we don't have a lot of girls, but they're the ones that are, man, they're killing it and they're dope, and yeah. So I wanted to honor that and have the all style battle in there as well.
Yeah, I wanna bring up your event page.
Yeah, and then we had the Bonnie and Clyde. So we did add the Bonnie and Clyde this year. The first three that I did, first two that I did, it was straight up judges were only females. The DJs, for the most part, were females. All the categories were for females. But I wanted to shed light on the guys as well. So that's why we added the Bonnie and Clyde in there.
Word. So is that the J Productions Performing Arts?
Yes, J Production. That is the place that we're having the event at on Saturday, the main day.
Okay. On Saturday.
Yeah.
Word.
Saturday night. And we've done the same weekend every year, so we want to definitely make sure that we keep it that way. I think it's really important. So when you're doing events, I think it's important to make sure you keep your dates consistent as possible, because it's easier to find stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, yes, that's that, yeah. And when I started it too, UDEF had already, I think, started their event, their main event. So it always landed the weekend after BGirl City. This year it's not. They changed the lineup for whatever reason. But I always did it because I knew that girls that were coming in, I heard like their visas, they allowed them 30 days in the States. And so we actually have had women come out from Germany and Poland, and Jilu was here last year, and they were all coming to UDEF, but because they heard of BGirl City the weekend before, they were able to come to our event first and then go to UDEF, So I kind of strategized when I did that, when I picked the date.
Yo, that's dope. So BGirl City this weekend, September 28th to the 30th.
Yes.
And yeah, come out and support Houston. It will be a lot of B-girls in the building, man.
Yeah, and just one last thing. On Sunday, we have the 30th. It's called the Hip Hop Vintage Flea Market. Since we're not doing any kid battles on neither of those days, although kids can enter in any of the categories, but we're dedicating the Hip Hop Vintage Flea Market to the youth, so we call it Young City. We're doing a 17 and under 2 versus 2, and we're also doing a 1-on-1 10 and under for the kids on Sunday. Shout out to my partners at Resale Folds. That's Jesse, Havoc Coral, and Lucia is his wife. They're resale folds, they're vintage vendors. And, I do a BGirl City. So together we do the collab, and that's the market. It's actually our 1-year anniversary. We kicked it off at BGirl City last year, and it's the 1-year anniversary to the hip hop market. And that alone has grown on its own. So that's another thing I do, and aside of that, but they're amazing partners. They we're hip hop heads, you know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to do shit to bring to light to a Houston community. You know, I've heard a lot of times people were talking about like, yo, you still breakdance? You know, stuff like that. Or I didn't know people still breakdancing. So the dope part about it is that we're bringing it to you. We're showcasing like real fucking underground hip hop, live DJs. Lil Jon's going to be our DJ that day for our 1 year anniversary. You know, some of the Habit members like Mario has came through, Young Chris, they've been our DJs or whatever throughout the year. So we give opportunity to people in our community, you know, to come show out. We use local B-boys and B-girls as our judges, to with each other's peers, give opportunity. We do cash prize. C's makes dope trophies for them to take home, custom stuff, put on your wall. We have a bunch of vintage vendors out there. Like we started off with like 12. Now we're in 32 like vendors now. Like it's a whole parking lot. And it's crazy the growth that alone has been on its own. So yeah, I'm like really amazed. You know, this is what tells me like anything that I kind of venture in, if it kind of like takes off, it's like it was needed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just in that year where, like it's all about action. You know, I ain't really down to talk. Like, let's get it done. Let's get it moving. You know?
Yeah. For me, what I see you as more of a community builder, right? Instead of, you know, a lot of cats have that build and destroy mentality, right? They just like, yo, I want to do it myself, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not into building with. That's what hip hop is about. It's about a building block. You know what I'm saying? Everybody support each other, and after this event, whoever is partnered up with you, they might have another event. You partner up with them in their event. You know what I'm saying? And just keep it going, y'all. Like that's how it's supposed to be. You know?
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of cats when they battle, and then they take that animosity with them outside of the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be that way. It should be, leave everything on the floor. We can go head to head. We can go to war, what have you. Yeah. But it's like, yo, you got something going on? Let's partner up, you know?
Yes. Me and C's were so down to like anybody that wants to start their clothing. Like C's taught people how to screen print. Like we teach people. We give them the companies that we go to. We anything that I have, I want to share it. That's hands down. I just want to fucking share it. Like the hip hop is not just mine. It's everywhere. It's everyone. It's for everybody. And it's yes, you have some people that are chosen for whatever reason they're chosen. You know, I ask God all the time, let me be a light to my community, to those around me. You know, and that's what allows me to do. And I thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? I pray all the time, every night, that I can be a light to those around me. And I just want to keep sharing and keep growing and, be a better me every day. You know, I'm going to make mistakes, believe me, and believe that, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to help create opportunity as much as I can. Whatever I get, share it. I give you the shirt off my back. I've paid for kids to get into events, like, whatever. Like, we bought a fucking van in 2006, I think, and we bought that van on purpose because we wanted to take kids that were never going to be able to travel and take them to events with us, you know?
What I see in the scene is we only glorify, those who battles and stuff, but that's why I love to have people like you on, right? Because MZK, you already know what time it is, right? But a lot of people don't know is we got a lot of people within MZK that do a lot of community work, you know?
Right.
Yes, there's the frontliners that's out there, on the battlefield, what have you. But there's a lot of guys in MZK that do a lot of community work, and hopefully, it can. Hopefully, other people are doing it as well in their community, in their crew, not just battling. It's not about just battling; it's about building up each other, and supporting each other on a local level.
Yeah.
Yo, baby girl, I'm gonna come back because I guess it's already an hour. And so this is going to end. I'm going to come back, and then we're going to keep going. The community that, we only glorify, the championships and the wins and, the laws, this, that, and third, the big events.
When I got the call, I think it was Asia that called me and telling me, we were talking about, putting me down or whatnot, and I was just like, me?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And it's just like, I was like, I gotta get though? Like, what? I was all confused. I was like, no, this is not right. This is not how we do it. This is not what we do. You know what I'm saying? But we started talking about. She started going on. You know, because we've known each other for a long time, and every time she's ever came to Houston, like I was always there at everything she's always done. I support everybody in Houston. I love my city. We have an amazing community here. So when she told me, you know, like the influence of being an influencer and doing the things that, you know, people that were in the game, you know, were talking about me and letting them know, like, you know, what I've done, what I'm doing, and, you know, being a part of so many things and supporting so many people. And so, yeah, I guess that's what was being talked about or whatever.
I remember when Omar hit me up and he was like, yo, this and that third about you. And yeah, I did my research, you know, and basically you're a line of what our purpose is about within MZK, you know what I'm saying? And MZK ain't just a b-boy crew, we just out there just battle. Like, we are a hip-hop crew. Let's get that straight first and foremost, you know, and we about building blocks of, you know, carry on tradition of what this hip-hop is about, you know. I was with the local communities and all that, and a lot of time we don't, you know, post up what we do, because it's what's the point of doing that, right? Because that should be from the heart. We shouldn't glorify like, oh, we did that and the third, you know, every day, all day, every day. Nah. But behind the scene, we always do work, you know, like. Baby girl, she always do put in work, you know?
Yeah, you don't, I mean, you're going through life. You don't know, like, I was just doing what I thought was right. I was just doing what I was right. I didn't know, like, you didn't know all these years are going to go by and, here you are 15, you know, 20 years later, like, dang. I just loved hip hop and I wanted to support my people and I wanted to be there for people. Just like, I didn't have, you know, all that, you know, people being there for me so much growing up. So just starting a friendship and family with people was always very important, you know. So I just wanted to help the next kid out and like get him to where he wants to go and help him get there, and, you know, just try to give the best advice that I could to people, you know. Like that's it. Like, and here we are, you know, all these years later, and I'm in fucking MZK.
Hey, I mean, I'm sure you saying, well, it's an honor to be part, but it's an honor to have you be part of the squad. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, making me cry.
And you already know how we get down. Ever since you get down, it's not like, yo, you got to do this, and that, and the third. You know, like a lot of people kind of judge us, like, oh, remember last freestyle session? Remember, like afterwards, and people start judging us on how we handled that whole battle, you know, and calling, you know, saying we're like, oh, you know, some members are womanizer and stuff like that. We're like, what? Y'all don't even know how we get down. Like,
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And so
they're like fucking mad tight, like talking so much. I don't even know about, yeah, you're gonna have it all the time, man.
It's just weird to me because it's like, yo, people don't even know how MZK get down, and I never see you as a under me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never see you that way. It's like, yo, we're a team. We work together. You know, we're one. You know, and I feel like a lot of people just think like we just look down on women. What have you? It's like, hold up. I think we're the only crew that have, you know, besides, you know, Rocksteady and other, you know, of course there's other crews, but come on, we got Asia, we got BabyGirl, we got Candy, you got, you know, we got Lucy, you know what I'm saying, from France, and Stash. Like, we have queens that do work, you know. They might not be, you know, at all these big events, but you know, they put in work on a community level. And that's the thing that people gotta understand is the local community. That's where it's at, you know. And so that's why, you know, I open this up like, yo, people gotta know about BabyGirl, you know, of what she put on for Houston, you know, not just for BGirl, but you know, you're like the bridge builder between that, you know, so you can have a place where all the B girls can come in, B boys can come in and join in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
I want you to feel good when you come to BGirl City, and I want you to leave there feeling real good. You know what I'm saying?
It's always a party there, you know, like
the after party.
Yeah, girls always get down though. See, that's why I realize, like, when I go to jams, I like getting down with the BGirl cypher because all of y'all like groove. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all be grooving. Like that's the shit I like. You know what I mean? So, and then of course, if there's like a crazy dope ill song, like a James Brown or some on some battle type mentality, then I'm like, yo, let's all go on the. I'll be telling some BGirl, yo, let's go over there and just run it. You know what I mean? Like that's how I get down. You know, but I always love going to jam and BGirl cypher. You know, open up. And
yes,
the ladies always groove, you know what I mean? Like even
I hear people all the time be like, "Yo, that was like the sickest time of the night. Was that BGirl, that one BGirl cypher that just went off?" You know, like I love that.
Yeah,
shit.
y'all be getting down for real. Like y'all be grooving, y'all be and BGirl. A lot of BGirls. If you really think about it, if you see BGirls get down, y'all always bring up that flavor, no matter what style. You always bring in that flavor. You dance. You know, all y'all dance. You know what I'm saying? Now I be telling B-boys, like when I do workshop, I'm like, most of y'all need to watch B-girls, you know, get down. Because the first thing they do is they dance. You know, they groove. You know what I mean? And so
I agree. I agree 100%. That flavor of a woman, you know, like it's like the same, like you're dancing salsa or you're
exactly.
Just that flavor of that woman bringing that sensuality or you know, even if she's like has those you know, I say stuff like the masculine style, you know, like just that flavor to see like
she still got that flavor.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, I love watching B-girls too. We dope.
yeah. I mean, when I saw Red Bull BC1 for the B-girl, that was dope. You know, it was a lot of.
That was another like honor to be a part of that and sitting up there with Crazy Legs and Just Skills. You know, like shout out to Marlon, you know, for hooking that up and Marlon's definitely been a supporter of the B-girl movement and he's always pushing me to do, you know, do what I do and stuff like that. You know, all of them, Moy and all the guys here, man. All the guys, you know, have a core up to me. I always say they're my hometown heroes. You know, like they ones that put Houston on the map. You know, so I have mad respect for them, and they are amazing brothers to me. You know, so they support everything I do too. You know, so yeah, that BC1. That speaking of that, you know, we BGirl City. Myself, I just signed a 3-year contract with them. So
nice.
They supported BGirl City till 2020. You know, so that's an amazing thing that I'm officially announcing right here. So I'm honored. Like, you know, they see, it may have took them a long fucking time.
Right.
Be real. But thank God for, you know, people that have worked with them. And, you know, like Rome and Omar and, you know, they have all worked with them. And, you know, my girl Gracie Chavez, she's a local DJ here. Like Katrina too. Those 4 particular people, you know, put in a good word, you know, and so I appreciate them, you know. Shout out to Omar and Katrina, you know, them for helping that, you know, helping the movement go. And they saw, you know, they I mean, it's catching on, obviously, for whatever reason, late, you know, but it's you gotta just take it with a stride. Yeah, it took us fucking forever, but we got it and it's here. And yeah, it does. Money, you said big money. To be able to be able to share that, you know, because even though I got sponsored for it, it's for everybody else too. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
Share that. I want to share that with them. So I appreciate Red Bull for having BGirl City's back and being there with me since 2015. Good thing about them, I don't have anything that states they give me break off money. They're sponsoring us, like, and I disperse, you know, how we need to, and that was really important to me to be able to keep my vision how I want it, and nobody taking rights of shit, you know, that's mine.
Right.
I put in work for, you know.
Right. So that's good. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with how our crew get down. It's like, I think a lot of people kind of like, yo, you gotta keep it real. Don't work with corporate this and the third. It's like, dude, like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, it depends on what type of deal you go into that negotiation. You know, like if they say, yo, no, you gotta do this way. Whoa, baby girl, you gotta change BGirl City to this and you be like, hold up. Nah, I'm not going to do all that, you know? But if they're going to give you the funding because they believe in your vision and stuff, it's like, why not? Like you still got full artistic, you know what I'm saying, like control. Yes. You know, and that's very important. 100%. And that's what we do, you know? That's how we always get down, you know? So I feel like a lot of people, they kind of like, yo, why are you doing that? Or... Yo, if
listen, if you get the opportunity, you know, to run with somebody, like you tell me you're gonna, you know, give me a shirt, you want me to rock it where I'm going out of town, and you like throwing something, you got my ticket, like you gonna say no? Mm-hmm. Don't let pride let you move forward. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like, don't let your hold you back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's. Situations. I mean, obviously, you got to take it, you know, one for the strides or whatever, and be careful. That's why, thank God, we have, you know, someone like you and Omar and our crew that's negotiating and things like that. You know, so I try my best to just make sure, you know, making the right decision and what sounds good, and definitely making sure that it feels right. Because if it don't feel right to me, I don't fuck with it. You know, it ain't the right time sometimes. You know, everything's has time and place. You know, so. Gotta like be patient.
It's a blessing to hear, you know, Rebel support you and basically believe in your vision, you know, and yo, take it to the next level. Like I'm stating again, like if you a B-girl, yo, come through to BGirl City. That should be your mecca. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, like just come through, support all the B-boys, come through. Because guess what? Y'all the ladies in the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Hip-hop is a social, like, that's how hip-hop started. It's a social aspect to it. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? The ladies going to be in the building, y'all. So, come through. It's a party. It's a vibe, you know? You battle, what have you, but hey, you got to dance with the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like...
all about the vibes, man. That's for me very important. Yeah, I've been to so many events, and I'm gonna continue doing that journey. But there's sometimes when I'm at a jam, it's like all I hear is break, man. Yo, I'm from the '90s era. I want to hear fucking hip hop too.
I feel you.
House on for a little bit. Can we get a house cypher on? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Just
like to vibe out, man. Like have those fucking dope ciphers, tight ciphers. You know, just I love looking at it, being at an event, and then looking around. There's like fucking 10 ciphers going off, you know what I mean? Like that's so important.
That's 10 was like, don't be a creep, bro.
Yo, we got it from the best. Us, the best.
Bro, Dustin is the biggest creep. Nah, I'm playing.
You just see he was on there. I said, I'm gonna be all up in there. Here.
Yeah, ladies. Dustin is single, you know. But it's always for me. It's always a good vibe, you know, when the beat goes. That's why I like going to IBE and stuff. When I was at IBE, you know, it wasn't just dudes. You know, a lot of jams you go to is like just a bunch of dudes and try to, you know, I'm like, dude, when you walk in a jam, you just want to, you know, you dressing fresh with your crew, you know, you just want to kick back, get a little drink here, and then all of a sudden, all these dudes coming up to you, want to battle you, like, yo, hold up, man, let me get my vibe real fast, bro, like, come on, man.
I mean, don't get it twisted. You might get caught out by B-girl, but fuck, challenge yourself, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
Exactly, like, chill for a little bit, you know, but whenever there's the ladies around, it's more of that vibe, you know, and it's like, oh, okay, but then once that song, you know, that Just Begun or some joint, it'll get live, and that's when everybody, you know, get down, you know. But I feel like a lot of dudes just need to chill out sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Just vibe, yo, you know how we get down. You know what I mean? Like
testosterone in that room, shit.
Nah, sometimes I just feel like a lot of them just, it's weird to me, you know, cause before I was a B-boy, you know, it was just hip hop, it was street, you know what I'm saying? When you go to, I'm used to that party vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like before I was a B-boy, I was, you know, in the hood, it's always party, you know what I'm saying? So, as we go in, we vibe out. But then once I started to Breakin, it's like, damn, this is how it really is. Like, Cass is really bugging, man. Like, chill, you know what I mean? So, but that's dope. You know how Red Bull is pursuing and supporting you. And
no, I love it, but they have a really. I like that. Like even when they had the BC one here, like they had education is so important. Like when it comes to, I think, events in general, or just sharing knowledge, stories. Like that's why I wanted to honor these women too, so they can come tell their story. And
so you gotta have a panel discussion.
We are. We didn't talk about that. That's for. I feel like I'm missing some things, but on Saturday, that workshop with Vettel Swift from Soul Swift, she's going to be doing a house workshop, and that's free. You come and take it. Anybody, all levels. She's dope. So sweet too. But right after that, we have Honey Rockwell. She's doing a lecture. And she's kind of going to give you a lecture about like some business aspects, also talk, some history about like Jam on the Groove, being a part of the tour back then. And, also like talk about a little bit of the BGirl documentary that she did back then. So important, like to hear, like, man, I can talk to her. I can talk to like old school cats for hours because I want to hear their stories, like
Words.
I feed off shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's amazing to hear that stuff, so it's really important. I thought it was really vital that we made sure that we had that happen, so we give her opportunity to do that lecture. And then after the lecture, that solely would be just, her speaking, do a quick Q&A and whatnot. But then right after that, we're going to be doing the discussion panel. And so I hope like Asia and Honey and Maka and Vendetta, Aiko, like I want all of them to come and be a part of it and talk a little bit more about, we'll go over some questions and things like that and kind of see what the people want to hear and things like that. What up, Ray? So let's talk about some of that stuff. And then after that, we'll open it up with the spoken word. Katrina, also from Maka, and then we'll do Moni Love. Yeah, so and then we'll start the one-on-one all-style first. I think after that we'll be doing the Bonnie and Clyde in the 3 versus 3 since it's the highlight of the event is the 3 versus 3. We did the other years 1 versus 1 because I'm all about like seeing a female like hold it down by herself. You know what I'm saying? It's that I wanted to change up this year. Like I have a specific goal every year. Like what what's the aspect of what we're gonna do with that vision every year. So this year I wanted to add the 3 versus 3 because at this point, yes, we've seen you hold it down on your own. I wanted to see like women come together. I've heard like there's women that are coming that don't have 2 other partners or have 2 but don't have a third. Like this is the time that they're going to be able to build with one another and ask another girl to get down with them, and there you go, a whole new sister starts from that. So that was really vital. And then I just want to see how the ladies as a crew, as a collective, work together and go out there and kick ass. You know what I'm saying, in the battles as a crew. So that gives the opportunity to again allow that. The 3 versus 3 to come together with other women, So that's pretty cool, I think.
Wow, that's official. So the main battle would be 3-on-3.
Yes.
And then the all-style would be 1-on-1.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I know all-style for me is like this. That's that individuality of your style, house. Oh God, I love house and the poppers and crumpers, the ladies that do it, fucking fierce. Like they just, it's like they throw it out there and put it out there. So I love it. So I just like, again, I'm a lover of all those styles. So,
you know what I love about Texas? When I first came to Texas, actually my first jam in Texas was BGirl City. It was BGirl City. I can't remember.
When they took it out the street.
Yeah, it took it out the street. And what I know about Texas scene is y'all like have like that vibe, like different music and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very dope. That's what I know is in the light. Everybody just dance in Texas, you know?
Yeah.
So and I can tell, like, watching the BGirls whenever I go in Texas, like, I see the different dance styles of all different, all women just doing different dance styles. There's some poppers, there's houser, there's poppers, BGirls. Yeah, it's dope. I like that.
That was like a whole like combination, like seeing cats like Florida on the map, and seeing LA cats on the map, like those are like the two areas that you have like some of the hard hitters come out of those cities, and to know like Texas, now is definitely one that represents in those areas. You have our b-boys down here are fucking sick, and we have high dance, so. Yeah, shout out to Texas. Down to.
For real, Texas brought a lot to the game. You name it, Moyle, Marlo, John. Like, come on, the list goes on. Like Nightcrawler, like not a lot of people know about Nightcrawler, but he.
Oh, they know.
I'm talking about the new generation. You know what I'm saying? Like we know.
Him as much as I can, like that's the homie right there. Like we go way back, so.
Right.
I mean, I go to Break Free and practice, and John's there and Zeshan's there, and I'm just always like, I sit back in the cut, and I'm just like, I'm practicing here with John and Zeshan and Boy or Jeremy, any of the guys, so it's dope,
Yeah, and that's dope. Houston have this community,
break free.
Break Free. Like there's a place where y'all all you can go and just get down and practice and stuff like that.
Yeah. And YA Youth Advocates. It's the longest running community center, and man, I think I give so much love to YA Youth Advocates because it's been here since those early years, and everybody's came out of that piece. I feel like that's what helped Houston have a really tight community here because we have that youth center, I thank God for that place, like Charles, man, he's like, I call him like my godfather because he was the man that was there for me, when my dad had to work, he was the guy that created something for us, So back in the day, it was like, that was what the gangsters had to they had to go and do community time, there, but they were like B-boys. So yeah, it's a dope place. We're lucky. Dope. We're very lucky that we have that place.
So is there any upcoming B-girls in Texas that, you feel that?
Yeah, we have. I'm so proud of that. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm so proud of the girls right now. We actually have some strong women, some strong young girls. And so we have a B-girl, Sarah. She was at the BC1. She battled in there. B-girl, Michi. Michi is in Air Force crew. She's an Air Force crew here in Houston. We have B-girl, Jelly Bean and Josie Rock. There's two young sisters that started training at Break Free when it first opened. And so here they are 6 years later. And they just won this weekend at BGirl City.
Oh, wow.
So, those two, they're sisters, they're young, they've been dancing for a couple of years, they're nasty, they work so hard. I go train with them sometimes and they're just, damn, they put in so much work. Also, what?
She's a body fight champion.
Oh shit, yeah, she sure is. Rock, she won last year, I think she was only 13 at the time.
What?
Yeah, she won they won the finals at BGirl City Body Fight against Jeremy and Jilu. So that was really dope.
Wow.
Pivotal, and that was her mentor. He helped her with her fundamentals and foundation, coming up in the game or whatever. There's some other girls. Sarai, she's dope, man. That girl, she puts in mad work. Like, she's definitely doing her thing too. We have BGirl Jones. BGirl Jones, my God, like, she was so sick. Can't wait to see her back. Who else is other B-girls?
Yo, that's a lot.
for Houston, that's a lot. Like, seriously, like,
that's dope.
Just to combine that and all the years that I've been doing it and not having like girls be as consistent, unfortunately, like, yeah.
And I'm telling you, once you start going to BGirl City, and I'm telling you, like, the scene's gonna go more and more, and
yes,
and that's what we're about, man. We about building the future.
Impact.
Right.
Sure.
Building for the future, man. You gotta look far in the future, not in the now. It's like, okay, from 5 to 10 years, how my work gonna affect the future, you know? And
exactly.
And that's what,
that's the hope for. That's the whole, like, you know, like, influencing, you know, other girls, and that girl asking that girl to come, and then the word of mouth, and, you know, that's how it all really started, you know. Like, once I think the first year when I invited Maka, I had been wanting Maka to, like, I had to work with her somehow, some way. Like, when I first saw her, you know, it was Outbreak, Shadow Roxy, but her flavor, like, I was just like, oh my God. Like, when I saw her, I was just like, I'm gonna work with her one day. But I invited her, then she just invited one other person, and the next thing you know, we had a whole organic thing just happen, and BGirl City kicked off, and we had so many amazing girls that came up and showed out. And even the following year, like, even just in my second year, you know, to see you know, just skills there, and Beta there, and them battling, you know, that was like, people were waiting to see that for a couple of years, you know. What up, Candy? Much love to you. I was just talking about you on the first segment, girl.
Candy, what up? Lord Lords. 305 Miami, man.
Hey, yeah.
She hold it down.
She does. She's amazing. She's amazing light. Like, she's definitely one of my biggest inspirations and the biggest mentors right now. Like, yeah, for sure. My sister.
Word up.
Yeah, man. But yeah, you know, I know that BGirl City is gonna definitely take it to another level, and just want to create opportunities for girls to come down here, man, and come to Houston, come to Texas. These girls down here see what's out there. It was like Hold Down back in the day. Like, I remember, for me, like, that was really important, that event, because I remember, like, people like talking smack about it, which I didn't understand, but to me, I was like, oh, I can't fucking travel. These cats are bringing people I would never. Like, seeing Disney for the first time, and seeing, like, these house cats that were from Japan come out, and seeing, I mean, just the people that were there, I was like, holy shit, like, this is in my city right now. So shout out to Hold Down for bringing that, and we were lucky we had it for 3 years, you know, and I was at every single one of them. You know, it started in 2006, and remember, because that was the first year we did our clothing line, and we set up our booth there, and that was the first time, you know, we did that. And C's was sitting there doing trucker hats, you know, tagging their names for people and stuff, and that was just a dope ass event. I looked for it every year, you know, and so seeing that's what opened my eyes to even just house, you know, more. Like, and I at that point started trying to practice house, and then, you know, learning that style of dance. So yeah, Hold Down was fucking amazing. So that it just tells you the impact of specific things that have gone on, or events that have happened. The same thing that I want for BGirl City is want it to be an amazing platform for women to come to and grow and see somebody else and get influenced by it, you know? Oh, it's my son.
Salute.
He's so tall.
He's like, you got.
That's a 23-year-old that made me grow up. So yeah, but yeah.
Word. Yeah, that's an inspiration, just to know, you know, how you vision, you know, see your vision grow to this point, you know, and this is only the beginning, you know.
Yes.
And you know me, I'm here to support however I can, you know, get the crew involved, what have you. I know Omar's going. I'm sure Jesse, you know, Ned's gonna be there and all that, but yeah, yo, that's.
Yeah, next year gotta get the crew out, and that'd be amazing for people to see. You
Yeah,
guys. Just this platform you're allowing me to be on, like, this is amazing, and I appreciate you, letting me do this. And that's it. That's another thing, so vital, so important. Like, once you gain a specific platform and whatever you do, like, use that. People use that. Like, we use we use the hip hop market to throw on Autism Awareness Month, and we raise funds to actually get a kid to take the art class at Break Free, and we paid 3 months for him, or something like 2 months for him to do that. Use your platform, people. Like, once you have it, somehow, some way, tie it into some sort of charity work or giving back, or giving free workshops. Shout out to Dust for coming and doing that for us. I thought that it's so important that he share, him and his history too. And I wanted him to come out and his crew, and I want to try to do as best as I can for our crew as well. And same thing, bring them out here and shed light to everyone around, so those are so vital things that is really important, that you just try really hard, if you can, use your platform to help another person out and educate, and whatever you can do, like whatever you can do, however you can do it. If you can do it, if you can't, that's okay. I'll be opportunity at a time, place that you'll be able to do that. There was a long time that I couldn't do that, and definitely don't knock this person for doing it. You know what I mean? However they do it, that's them, and when you get the chance to do it, stop fucking hating on each other. Stop hating on each other.
For real, man. Look, this we gotta learn from our elders, man. The reason why, we gotta break that cycle of our elders. You know what I'm saying? And it's gotta come from this generation. It's gotta come from you, me. You got Jet Skill in the house. You got Candy. You know what I'm saying? We got, Moy. We got, you name it. Like our generation, we gotta break that cycle, and we gotta support each other, and basically, take it to the next level, man. Like I told Dizzy in my last talk last time, it's that the only place that we can go to war with each other will be on a battlefield. And yeah, we can have those rivalries and this, that, and the third, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, if you have an event, just say, if you're my rival and you got an event, I'm gonna support you, or whatever it is that you're doing, But other than that, it's like, dude, it's dance, man. I know for sure I came from the streets, you know what I'm saying? So I know what it is like on a street level, where cats getting locked up at for beef over like dance, like that's for me. It's just wild to me. Like, that's why when I got into this shit, I'm like, damn, for real, like this is really, motherfuckers really want to act tough. Like, I wasn't used to that shit, right? Yeah. And so I'm like, man, this is wild to me, Yeah. But then, of course, like I, we talked about earlier about personal development. It's a journey, right? So, of course, this dance really helped me cope to be a better person. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, like, okay, I can't be that street dude no more. I gotta move forward, Yeah. But then I keep seeing cats. When I'm moving forward, cats just keep bringing me back to the street side. Like, dude, what y'all want me to do? Like, y'all just wanna go like on some rah all the time. It's like, man, y'all don't even know where I came from. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's why I told myself I gotta break that cycle. And so I'm always the one that's always supporting other people, what have you. And I remember that's telling me, like, yo, you got to lead by example, And I had that talk with him, and, and from that day on, I just support everybody, And that's why I kind of want to do this type of deal, right? This conversation. Yeah. So we can have all type of different perspective, of different people,
and we all
different.
We all have a voice. It's just, I've always been that type that's, I don't really like shed too much like talking, or like I host, like hosting and then doing interviews are two different things to me. Like, I can get on there on that mic and be, crunk and make the party like flow, good. But like when it came to interviews, I was really like shy on how to like present it and how I want to present it. So yeah, they just told me, just be you and be transparent, and I'm trying to be as transparent as to be. And sometimes maybe not come across, or maybe I left something out, or I wish, but you gotta use what you got, and you got a mouth. So my dad always said, closed mouth don't get fed. So, I got to just start speaking up. And, how many girls are shy that don't want to talk? I'm that girl. I was there, so I'm just trying to open it up a little bit better. Just stop. He's sitting right across from me right now.
He's just cracking up, right? this fool.
With his chips and salsa.
Word. We just gotta break that cycle, of just hating each other. We just gotta support each other, support everybody's vision, from the B girls to the B boys. I actually gonna have Jay Skill on. I think October, that Wednesday thing. I gotta check my schedule again. I know it's October 10th. That Tuesday, Wednesday of next week.
Dope.
And then we're going to talk about some things.
With her, the second year, we brought cypher addicts out. So peace, Candy. I'll see you, girl. Friday. Countdown begins. 4 days.
Salute, Candy.
Yeah. So just being able to work with these people that building their own empires and again collabing.
Right. We got to collab. We got to partner up.
Yeah, man. When you do think of specific events, reach out to people in the community. People want to help. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them know. You sit them down and let them know what your vision is, and hopefully they run with that vision. Sometimes you have to be careful, obviously, but you know what you want, what the expectations. You just let your crew know that's your crew, your staff, or whoever's online, know what you expect and expectations, and you're not wrong for it. You're not wrong for having to tell people in your staff, or it's business. You got to make sure you change that hat. Here's my business hat, here's my friendship hat, here's my mom hat. There's all these hats that I wear. You just got to know and be respectful. I'm respectful to the people that help me, because for the most part they're family. So I want to make sure that we grow that family bigger and bigger.
That's official. Yeah. So thank you for coming through. I wish you much success in BGirl City this weekend. And I'm sure there's a lot of people behind the scene that's part of your team. So big shouts to them as well. I'm looking forward to hear all about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have somebody record it and do a little trailer of it.
The commentary for the live stream for Floor Beans, they'll be live stream. So we'll put out a ad out there. Way we can as soon as I get it, we'll put a link and have it. So that's gonna go. We actually have 2 people doing live stream. So this year, last year kind of slipped up on the media part of it. But this year, no. Again, you're learning. You learn every year what you messed up and what you got to do better the following year. So we're coming correct this year. So it's gonna be dope.
Word up. So a BGirl City this weekend.
Yes.
I'm at you live September 28th, 30th, Houston, Texas. Again, come through and support. That's the information for Friday. You're going to have a short screening. You got the workshop.
Facebook on BGirl City. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. BGirl City. Just come follow us on all the platforms that we have and come be a part of it and share. If you can't come be a part of it, share, post, repost it if you support it. That's important too. I know that we can't always go to everything that we wish and hope that we can go to, but supporting it in some way, some shape, sharing, reposting that's very vital to the work as well, as far as being a supporter. It ain't just I know that some people I can't go to every event. I want to, but I can't, but I try really hard to keep it, out there support, you know, but what I try to do is definitely use all the platforms for social media to repost people's flyers and you know, stuff like that. So doing that too is amazing. So that definitely, you know, that's sharing love. So yeah.
Well, salute, Queen. Thank you for being on, and good luck. Tell C's, I say peace, and we'll go from there. All right? Cease.
What up?
All right, famo.
Have a good night. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Peace.